Hello, beautiful beings. My name is Quavier. I am the creator of Juju Time, and today's video is going to be the weekly planetary magic workings that you could do during the time of let's see, we have here February 22nd to February 28th. I wanted to give you guys more time than I did my first video because if you're like myself, sometimes you have rituals that you need to do to prepare for any sort of like working, or maybe some people, they fast before, they fast for 3 days or however many days. They do fasting, they have to prepare, there's some sort of ritual. I mean, for a lot of practices, there is some sort of like, not for all, but for some practices, you do need some sort of like preparation. And I want to give you guys a lot more time than before in regards to like that preparation if you need it, okay? So get your papers, get your pens, get everything. I have here my journal that I write everything in, well, my calendar here that I write everything in, and also the planets in their movements, okay? So get your papers and your pens and let's get started. I am loving this direct sunlight. I love my home for this. Like, even if it's cold outside, it's not cold outside compared to how it was like before. But even when it's cold outside, I can still sit here and get this like amazing just warmth. And I freaking love it. Like, this is everything. This is everything. So anyway, the lighting probably looks awful, but oh well, because like I said, I am really enjoying this warm, this nice big hug that I'm feeling. Alrighty, so for this week, not this week, I'm sorry, for next week. So once again, February 22nd to February 28th, we have a full moon. And we have a full moon on February 27th, but there are 2 other dates that I also want to get into, okay? So for this time period, we're going to be looking first at February 23rd, which will be Mars Day. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, I got a phone call, but okay, it's put away. But okay, so on February 23rd, which will be Mars Day, we have the moon is going to be in a water sign. Oh, this is also something else I wanted to also add and mention, and because I didn't mention it in my last video, but each day is ruled by a planet, and each hour is ruled by a planet. And so there are magical workings that you can do within all of those days and times. So what I'm doing here is looking at the relation with the other planets within this, within the 7 main planets. I'm looking at their relation to each other, how they're falling, what they're doing, how are they communicating with each other, and how is this going to be reflected back here on Earth, and how that can enhance or maybe even hinder some of the workings that we have planned when we are using the planets and the spirits of those planets and the energies associated with them, and using that cooperation, you know. So I just want to point that out, that there are workings that you can do within every hour, every day, every hour. There is something that you can be doing, okay? So with Mars, on the 23rd, on Mars Day, the moon will be in a watery sign. So this is going to bring, I'm looking at my tablet here, like I said, this is going to bring a lot of transformation, workings involved with transformation. Also, however, the transmutation of very strong emotions, like, for example, hatred. Any sort of workings that you are wanting to do that will promote some sort of freedom or change, and using that sort of transmutation, using that energy for freedom and change would be very beneficial. But also using, how can I say, harmony, expression, aligning by using the method of alchemy. All right, using the method of alchemy to harmonize, using alchemy for expression, this transmutation, freedom, change. These are the types of workings that will be very beneficial for Mars Day on the 23rd. Now, on the 25th, we, on Jupiter's Day, which is, I mean, okay, no, that's biased. I was gonna say that's the best day of the week, but I'm biased. No, they're all fantastic. They're all fantastic. The Libra in me, I suppose, is very judgy, so that is why I was getting in my feelings about Jupiter's Day. But okay, anyway, on the 25th, when we have Jupiter's Day, this is emphasis on the moon once again. This is a lot of emphasis on the moon this week, but the moon then changes into a fiery sign. So this is going to bring any sort of workings related to love, grace, invisibility, etc. All right. Now, Mercury and Jupiter, they are conjunct with each other during this time. Double check though. Yes. Okay. Mercury and Jupiter are conjunct during this time, so there's a lot of strength. There's a lot of communication that's being involved with these two planets. So it was giving me very heavy energy of business, contract, networking, merchandise, acquiring wisdom. And also, now that I'm thinking about it, it's giving me the energy of stocks as well. But it's acquiring wisdom. Doing workings where you are at the right place at the right time, or you see the right thing, or you hear the right message. Like, it's putting you in position. It's putting you into position to acquire wisdom. So that is going to be a very great day for any sort of workings. If you are an entrepreneur, or if you are wanting to thinking of signing any sort of contract in the future, or opening up a shop, opening up a store, However, also with contracts and also with the moon being in that fiery sign, it could be also any sort of workings dealing with marriage, a marriage contract, technically. So that would be a very interesting day for any sort of workings within that arena. And the last thing that I want to mention for this week will be on the 27th, February 27th, on Saturn's Day. Now, this is going to be the full moon. This is going to be the day of the full moon, and the moon will be in an earthy sign. Now, when the moon is in that earthy sign, the sun will be opposite it. Okay, it will be opposite of each other. So this is going to be a great time to doing any sort of workings regarding invoking spirits, working with the dead, also recovery of things that are meant to be yours. Yeah, recovery of things that are meant to be yours. Now, I wanted to mention, because I didn't mention it last time. But when you are working with communicating with spirits or anything like that, definitely make sure that you are creating some blessed or protected or safe space before you do anything like that. Follow what feels good, but this for me is major advice that I would want to pass on for those that may not know, or may not even have thought about it, and it somehow maybe it resonates. If it does, brilliant. If it doesn't, that's okay, because once again, follow your intuition, follow what feels good to you. Okay, but okay, now with this full moon, with all the other positionings of the planets, with Saturn, etc., it was giving me a lot of energy regarding releasing like limited thoughts of what you can and cannot do, to be the example of what you are wanting to bring in, being that example, embodying it, being it. It's no longer of I'm going to, it's I am, or what I recently heard that I really loved, it's may I, giving you this permission to be, because that permission to be is always a yes. You have permission to be, okay? Whereas the 25th on Jupiter's day was a lot about acquiring wisdom. On the 27th on Saturn's day, it gave me a lot of energy regarding acquiring faith, being asked or asking to be led, and being open for those kind of signs, being open for those messages. All right, I hope that all makes sense for next week, and that sort of workings that could be done for that time period. In total, it was giving me a lot. It was giving me that next week is going to be a focus on money, on power, on influence, your influence, and your channeling. Because, working with those spirits, we all have channeling abilities, on certain, like levels, depending on if you are honing that muscle. And also it comes up in different ways for many people. So that channeling, that listening, Influence, when I say influence, it could be influence onto other people. Yes, once again, business, contract, networking, but it could be influence of yourself. And of course, money, power is all wrapped up into that influence in a way. So but yeah, that is what is going on for next week. I am so excited. I'm excited for the 25th, and I'm excited for the 27th. I'm really interested to see like how you decide to align yourself for those days. I'm really, really excited to see that. So, alrighty, I was talking really fast and wanting to get through it really fast because I really want to just take the time to just sit and enjoy this sun. A little selfish, I know, but you know what? Like self-care, right? Self-care. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Peace and blessings and truth, and I'll talk to you guys all soon.